Welcome to Silver City. Marion and we've been working from here for the past months, and Silver City, as it happens, is directly on the Great Divide mountain bike route. And
That's why we were here.
that's why we're here. And we're so grateful that we get the opportunity to pursue this dream to ride along the Continental Divide Trail from the Mexican border up to Canada. And the last 2 days we spent pretty much getting ready for it and packing our equipment. And today, Marion, I think, is going to take us through her bike and our setup, which is super exciting.
Yeah, for sure. Shall
Yeah,
we head over there?
yeah. Let's head
Want
over
to
to
show
the
them
bike.
the bag? So here are our open wides. And let's start with the frame. So we have an open wide frame. I have an extra small, and Fred has an extra large.
Oh, look at that big beast over there.
Yeah, so he kind of has an advantage when it comes to bag size, and I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. But I really love this bike, and what I love about the open wide frame is really the wide clearance here for the tires. So you can really run a big tire here, and
Let's take a closer look at that.
yeah, well, let's just start with that section. So probably you already look at the big Eagle SRAM 12x2, like it's a big cassette that gives us a lot of good gears, like easy gears going up the steep hills on the Great Divide.
Just like in Cuba in the Sierra Maestra, this 12th gear proved really valuable.
Yeah, for sure. And I also really love the E-Tap. It's super convenient and it's just amazing. So it was a good investment. We thought about it, but we didn't regret it. Never looked back. So then also we have the wheel is actually a DT Swiss GR 1600, and that's a gravel wheel. And on that we do have a brand new Rock Racer Svalby tire. So that's a mountain bike tire with those big knobs, and we also used that already crossing Cuba, for example, and it works beautifully. So I'm really confident in that tire, and also it's comfortable enough, I'd say. So you see this doesn't have any suspension, but so far we were really fine with that setup. We liked it a lot. And now,
And do you run a tubeless or do you have a tube in there?
I run a tubeless, like everybody out in Cactus Land. Yeah. So we carry some sealant, of course, and we even put in a little bit thicker rim tape. So we feel we did our job. The tubeless should serve us well, and if not, we have some Dynaplugs and repair kit, of course. And then maybe moving forward. Well, I have an awesome saddle. Maybe I can mention that. I have this SLR Lady from Selle Italia. It's amazing. It doesn't look comfortable, but it is. And in the cockpit, we made some modifications specifically for the Great Divide. We actually got the Salsa cow chipper handlebar, which is a little bit wider and it gives you really good control. And also it allowed us, and that was really the main reason, it allowed us to mount aero bars. These are profile designs. We also had shorter ones and we didn't like them so much. So now these ones are really good and you can grip them. They fit us well. And that's just an adjustment that we made, and I really wasn't a big fan initially. I was like, I don't need that. I'm fine with, the positions I have on my handlebar. But now that we have it, I really like it. And I think on this long ride, it will serve us well. And then, of course, so we have disc brakes, which are also good on the up and down of the divide. And for navigation, we have a Wahoo element. And
Very nice.
yeah,
Yeah, we would be lost without that valuable Wahoo. He takes us everywhere around the world.
especially me. Yeah, that's true. And both of us have a Wahoo, so that's good. And we have the a light and motion rando light, which is pretty strong, and it's kind of a good angle here. And then I think the next interesting thing we're looking at, I guess, are backs. So now we're getting into the into the bag system, and I'm gonna hurry a little bit because it's getting dark here in New Mexico, and maybe we'll have to dive deeper another time. But that's the handlebar, which is from Ortlieb, and it's waterproof, like all the bags actually are. That was really important for us, and we've tried them, so they really are waterproof, tried and tested. There are, like, we're sharing a tent. It's a bikepacking specific tent, copper spur, ultralight, big Agnes, I think. And that tent is awesome. We've used it a lot. So I carry part of the tent and also my sleeping bag in here and a platform to put the tent on. And that's it, because the bag would hold much more, but my handlebar isn't wider. So that's it for this bag. And then the newest addition is an accessory bag, which fits perfectly on this one. And also I didn't want to get it. I was like, I don't need it. But now that I have it, I'm like, oh my God, what would I have done without this bag? We're really minimalist, but still, you know, on such a small bike, it's kind of hard to fit stuff. So this one carries really my essentials, like my wallet, like some self-care stuff. It also holds the spot tracker and what else? Can't quite remember, but there's a lot in there. And I'll show you another time. And
what you can see here as well is, like,
we can look
between the tire and Marion's bag, there's not a lot of space, so you really have to pull the bag really tightly to the handlebar.
Yeah,
because of the extra small frame.
Electronics and you know, some self-care stuff, and the backpack is in here too, and the water filter, and also the InReach safety device, some contacts, some magic box in here, right? So just another light, some potable aqua taps to purify water, and I think there's also the our magical little water purifier stick. What's the name of it again? Stereopan. Yeah, Stereopan is here too. Whoop, fumbling around. Stereopan. So we want to be safe. So now you see a lot coming out of this small bag.
And speaking of water, I mean, what is this great construction that you have down here?
Oh yeah, that is a little bit of craftsmanship done at home in the Kuhn house. So that's what we will put 2 Magnum bottles of water, like here on the fork, and that worked really well in the past.
And how did you get this around there?
Well, we took out the front wheel, and then it was a lot easier, of course, to just tape it up with electrical tape.
Cool.
And it took us a while, of course. I think it's about 2/3 of a roll of electrical tape we use, and it's rock solid. We've tried it on rides. And then we also, maybe I'll just, you know, demo that really quickly. That's not going to be very accurate, but we have those 2 bags that go like here. And this one is full of snacks, bars and bars and bars. I think 14. And then there's this one's actually for another water bottle, and it has a few other things like sunscreen and like a cord to hang the food in bear country or whatever else we might need it for. And then so those 2 go here, as you all know. And then we have 2 more that go on the top tube here, and I'll put this one here like this. And this one has a repair kit, and you know, mostly repair kits. So there's a tube in there, things I want to reach. It also has loop for the chain, and this one has just a few small items like a chopstick, protect from the sun, and a whistle in case of animals are chasing us, or Fred isn't fast enough, you never know. And some other small stuff will go in here last moment. And the bear spray, which I insisted on having. We have 2 of those because we're gonna go through thick grizzly bear country, and I think it's a good self-defense tool too. Although I've never met anybody that was nice, but still. on backpacking trips. Only cool people so far. We'll put it somewhere here in the cockpit area. Has a little Velcro itself. And then here is my small frame pack from Apidura. And it is only 7.5 liters because that's what would fit my frame. Like Fred has 14 liters. And this is mainly filled with, like there's a power bar in there, but mainly food at this point because we'll be out, you know, on our own for a couple of days. It also has a first aid kit down there and some butt kit too, which I can easily access. And then the bladder will have to go in there on days where we just need more water. So we'll have to play it out a little bit with food. But we also have like a small, you know, very small backpack that we could use for some of the lighter items and just put the bladder in here. And we probably don't want to fill it up fully so that it stays kind of flexible and wobbles around in here. And that's kind of cool because it's stable in your frame. So that's where, you know, you'd like to have your water. At least we do. And then that's just repair tools. There's another tube, tire lever, sealant, chain links, all those things, a few patches, dyno plugs, the little heads. I have 20 dyno plug heads because I had so many problems, you know, with my front tire in Cuba with the cactus, so they were everywhere. So, but the dyno plugs helped me, so I am a believer. And that one goes here, and hopefully stays here. I'll never open it. And then the last one.
Fashion.
Oh, that's the fashion trolley. That will go here, and we have the same size, Fred and I, because here it doesn't really matter. So this one has my sleeping pad here. It's a thermarest, and Fred was actually able to squeeze that in here in his handlebar bag, which is pretty cool. But you know, mine is so narrow. And then all my clothes, so I run, like both of us, we have rain pants and a rain jacket and some warm clothes for camp, which are, you know, long underwear essentially. Everything's merino wool and a long sleeve and another buff and a hat and several gloves. Like, yeah, you really want to ride with protective gloves, but then also it gets pretty cold, so there's long, you know, full finger gloves and even a shell in case it rains. And yeah, there's essentially another set of, you know, another shirt like this, another chamois, and that's it, I think, in here. And the puffy vest too, right? That's all in here, and I think we could even squeeze another taco or something in here if we wanted to. And I think that was it. There's a few more electrolytes and stuff, I think, that I didn't mention in one of those. But that's our setup for, you know, the Great Divide.